Good morning. Welcome to Thursday, April 2nd.
All right, the Empower Clan. All right. Good to see you today. All right. Shall we get started with the announcements? You want to go with your first?
Yes. Anybody have any pictures of themselves doing any learning activities? We want some pictures to include in the newsletter, so send them our way. Text or email, please. We'd prefer ones with you in them, but we will take pictures of whatever it is that you are doing.
All right, good. Speaking of pictures and things, this is the last video for the week. Fridays are flex day, even for videos, so we won't have a video tomorrow. Our next video will be on Monday, so be looking for it. I know we have a Empower Nation out there that is just pulling these videos down and watching them like crazy. So just to let you know, Friday you'll have a break from us and these videos. Also, next week our office hours will just shorten up just a little bit. We're going to go from 12:30 to 1:30 instead of 2 o'clock next week. So the links are down below like always, and you can still dial in our Google Hangout, Google Meet with us, and they're basically designed if you have any questions, you have a stumble on something you're working on, or if you're not sure of what's going on with a certain thing or project you're working on or packet you're working in, those are the times to call in or just to say hi. Call in and check in with us during the day, and those are times at 1:30 to or 12:30 to 1:30 that we will be there, and we will be hanging out on Google's and ready to talk to anybody that dials in. And thank you for those that have been dialing in. It's worked out really good to clarify some questions, or just if you're tired of looking at people in your house, look at somebody else and talk to them. So just a couple things that are out there.
Speaking of work that you might be working on, if you send stuff back to us via the bus routes, know that those materials, a packet, a journal, whatever it might be, we have to let those sit for 24 hours before we are allowed to take them. So there's going to be kind of a delay in terms of when you turn stuff in and when you might see it graded, or you might hear from us on the results of that work. Please do let us know when you are sending stuff back via the buses, though, so we know to go look for it and make sure that we are finding it and getting it back. If you want it to get to us immediately and you have the capability, snap a picture of it and email it to us or text it to us. We will eventually get the physical copy, but that way we know what you're sending to us and we can get it graded right away.
For those of you that requested iPads, they have we've got a schedule for getting them out, or some of you received them yesterday. Just a reminder again, the iPads were sent out just for people that didn't have computers at home but had hotspots, are able to get onto a Wi-Fi account, and they were primarily for if you wanted to do online work, or online on OSCE, or Khan Academy, or any other program that is used for online learning, or if you want to do research, if you're doing packets and you needed for research to find answers for some of the packets you're working on. That was a primary purpose. Those people that didn't have computers at home could get an iPad and use the iPad for that research. So that's kind of the expectation for those that received the iPads. If you're wondering, yeah, I asked for one, but now what do I do with it? That's kind of what that's our expectation anyway for the use. Okay.
And some of you that are working on driver's ed, you have the driver's ed manual in your iBooks. If you did not specifically request that, just let me know. I can walk you through how to get that put on there really easily.
Excellent. Excellent. And so, the question for the day.
What is your go-to activity during this stay-at-home time?
All right.
Mine would be walking my dog or sitting in my recliner.
All right. I think mine is movies. Just whatever's on the Western movie channel. As long as it's not Hopalong Cassidy, I'm about fed up with him. But definitely John Wayne or Steve McQueen or one of those Westerns I'll definitely watch, old Westerns. So That's my go-to, kind of go-to activity if I'm not out working on the farm. So, that said, have a great week.
Have a great
Progress
weekend.
reports going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of information in the progress report. There was an email sent out yesterday.
With a lot of information in that too.
Yep, especially dealing with links for distance learning. That we'll have a hard copy of that in the progress reports. Short newsletter. And hopefully we'll get some pictures in. The newsletter will contain some pictures for how we're surviving on. Sadie, are you whining? How we're surviving through this lockdown period. So, if we don't talk to you tomorrow, then have a great weekend.
Be safe.
Be safe. Hopefully, we'll talk to each of you or text each of you today again, just to check in. So, otherwise, remember, we are empowered. You are empowered. All right. Have a good day.